Nostalgia today is at its all-time high. Now, this is not because I think people are trying to just have a fashion trend or just doing it because it's cool. I think genuinely people are more nostalgic more than ever is because it's a little escapism from the chaos that is life sometimes. And like I said, I just made another video about saying how the times of our life right now could be the best times of our life. And which that is true. That is true as well. So, but at the same time, there's a lot of like nostalgia going on right now. If you go outside, I'm seeing like kids like 18 to like 22, they're rocking like mustaches and mullets. Like, I think it's a cool look. I couldn't do it. I don't have the hair for it. But like I see that and I just think like, like why are people doing that? Kind of thing. Like why are people kind of going back and dressing how their parents did back in the late 70s and 80s? Why is that? Like why are they doing that? I think a part of it is, it's just trendy right now. It's a good look. I think it's cool. But I think a lot of it is that I think people just genuinely like how things used to be back in the day when it comes to uh the fashion and just everything else that came out of like the 80s, the 90s and early 2000s. Like I said, I joke with my wife about this all the time. Growing up in like the 90s, early 2000s, like I joke with her and say like if any like Gen Z or Gen Alpha comes up to me and kind of starts telling me about how like their generation like might be the best when it comes to like maybe pop culture or anything else, I'll be like, you tell me one thing and I'll give you like three others to top that. Like when it comes to any topic that you talk about, whether it's music, movies, pop culture, you tell me one thing and I will give you three more that go with it. That's how much good things came out of like the 90s, early 2000s. Like I'm telling you, just when it came to like wrestling, sports, pop culture, music, movies, there were so many good things that came out of that time era. And I think a lot of people are just wanting to go back to those days because the times that we're living in right now kind of suck. Just they kind of suck right now. It's just kind of the facts. It just sucks right now. And I think people just want to escape and kind of get back to like how it felt to grow up during that time. And I know young people can't really do that because they weren't alive back then, but maybe they've heard so many good things about, millennials generation or Gen X's generation where they're like, man, I kind of want a piece of that too. So, I just think that it just brings back so many good memories. I mean, look at my wall right here. I got so many things from like, I got Goosebumps, wrestling, NASCAR, Power Rangers, like all my favorite sports stuff. Like I got all that stuff. Kurt Cobain right back here. Like I just got all this stuff just makes me happy and I think people just want to remember happiness. They just want to remember happiness. Nostalgia is at its highest because people want to escape the world right now and go back to a more simpler time when it came to no technology and just how things used to be. At least in my opinion, I think that's why people are trying to are getting into a bunch of nostalgia stuff. Um, that's kind of why I just, like I said, like my whole wardrobe for the most part is nostalgia. Like for the most part, at least I'm trying to like I've been getting into it a lot more recently. So just kind of picking up old vintage stuff and hats and everything like that. So I think people are just wanting to escape how the world is right now because it's negative right now. And like I said in my last video I just made, that we got to be grateful, but at the same time it's like people keep talking about how it's just there's no style anymore. There's no style. Go back to the 80s and 90s and 2000s. There was style, colors, different colors, different types of styles, baggy pants, like with the big pockets that I used to wear, the hairstyles, just the different look that came out of that, you know, between like, you know, the grunge style, gangster rap style. Just there were so many different things that came out of that. And obviously we have different styles now, but how iconic are those? Those are iconic, those styles. So, and it's just now, it's just like everything nowadays just doesn't have any like, it just feels like there's just no soul in anything anymore sometimes. And I just been seeing different videos where people are calling this out. Cars are crap, the buildings are crap. Like, look at McDonald's. Look at like, if you like, all the McDonald's in my area are remodeled to look like a modern building. If you go back to like how like an old 90s McDonald's used to look like and stuff, like if I ever see that, which is very rare, like I actually get very happy. Like I know like that's like the old McDonald's that I used to go to when I was a kid. You go inside and you start hearing kids like screaming, and it's because they're going into the ball pit, they're going down the slide, they're scarfing down their food to go play in the playhouse or whatever. There's no playhouse anymore. There's no ball pit anymore. You walk in, there's like nothing on the wall, but it's gray. There's no like pictures of Ronald McDonald anymore. There's nothing. Cars. Look at back in like the 60s, the 70s. They had like the muscle cars, the look for the cars, the 1950s. Look at like how cool the cars used to be. Now they just look like crap. Why you people are spending so much money on a crappy looking car is beyond me. I don't get it. It's not, they're just not cool. Teslas to me, like they're cool looking cars, but they just look kind of plain. They just look kind of plain. They just really do. Everything just looks so boring now. The buildings look boring. Look at like, go to like an old downtown area. Like go to like I live in Ohio right now. Go to like downtown, you'll see a building from like the 1800s and you'll just be astonished of how cool it looks because it had style. It had meaning to it. Things nowadays are just built cheap. They're built cheap. There's no great design to it. It's just everything just all looks the same. It's just everything in nowadays is just built to just just depress you. Not on purpose, but it's just like, God, there's nothing nothing in this life right now. It's just not bringing any. There's no art. There's no art anymore. Look at music. Look at the music that used to come out. It had like, listen to the Doors. Listen to listen to bands that literally like put like actual like meaning behind their music. Even like 90s like gangster rap, there was meaning behind that music. Listen to like old rock. There was meaning behind that music. What's there now? You know, I listen to like new rock and stuff, and I do like it and everything like that. I think it's good. But does it have that old meaning behind it? Some do. Some songs do. I think I'm more talking about how rap is nowadays. Rap to me nowadays, I don't even listen to it, but there's no meaning behind it. There's no meaning behind it. Look at gangster rap in the 90s. There was meaning of talking about how bad life is in the hood, talking about how like actual real life stuff. Listen to rap nowadays. Now they're just trying to just sound things to make it sound. It's just crap, in my opinion. It's just crap. I think rock is still like, you know, rockin', no pun intended. But listen to old stuff and there was meaning behind it. There was like soul behind it. There's just not that anymore. I miss how I miss the old days, man. I'm almost 37. I miss the old days, man. I really do. I just like I said, like there was just so much there was a lot of negative stuff that happened like growing up and stuff like that, but when I think back on like my childhood and everything like that, like stuff like this just made me happy because it gave me like purpose. It gave me purpose, like just to keep positive, stay positive. It's just nowadays, it's just that nothing made is. It's just there's no soul behind it. There's just nothing. Why do you think they keep rebooting old shows? It's because the new stuff is crap for the most part. There's nothing being made that's good anymore, really. I mean, there is, but I mean, I don't really watch it, but there's just like, look at how many great TV shows came out during that time. There was meaning behind it, you know? And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just obviously I'm just gonna say I'm just a older millennial and I'm just talking about, the good old days, but like I said, it's just I miss how things used to be, man. I really do. And I think my point was is that hey, you just I just miss kind of like the simple life. I miss the simple life. I miss just kind of just going to a baseball game where it's just you saw the life in people. You saw the life in people. Nobody was on their phone. How many people do you see now just look like they have like life in their eyes? I don't know. It's just that a lot of people aren't happy anymore. I have my days, but I still try to be as positive as I can be. And maybe I will make a video about that too. Just kind of like there's just no soul in people anymore either. So, but yeah, man, I think the reason why nostalgia is at its highest is because I think people genuinely just want to go back to the simple life and how things used to be back before technology took over, before people got superficial, materialistic, everything. I think that's the reason why nostalgia is at its highest.